The following is a production of cprundown.com. The views and opinions expressed by the host of this podcast are those of the individual and not of any affiliated companies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rundown on Fun, a weekly podcast covering the Cedar Fair Entertainment Company, the amusement industry, and the business of fun. Here are your hosts, Carsten Anderson, Evan Schultz, and Kyle Hu.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Rundown on Fun, a weekly podcast where we cover Cedar Fair, Cedar Point, and everything to do with fun.
Yeah, all right, we're back. You did say afternoon. That's
This is a very weird midday weekend afternoon recording.
Yeah.
It's not
right.
like us at all, but I don't really get to pick my preferable times when those two are pretty much snowed in every weekend.
Yeah, literally. Well, yeah, you're like, oh, which I wonder if we're gonna be able to see the sunset and go to the beach and go hang out by the the water and dip your toes in the sand and
We did go to the beach last week.
I was jealous. It was good though. It was fun.
That's okay because you were like just in Florida, Carsten.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that at the end of the show.
Yeah, if you guys are still around, we'll talk about it a little bit. So,
little bonus tease right there.
Yeah, for sure.
So, with it being the new year, right off the top, we have gotten the official calendar release of all of the Cedar Point events for the year, be it Wild Frontier Nights, Frontier Festival, Light Up the Point, Hollow Weekends, all of that fun stuff is now all on the Cedar Point website for everybody to go and look and see what dates those things are.
Yep, you can go to cedarpoint.com/events and you can see everything. You can see what you just named.
Do we want to give a quick rundown of everything, or?
Sure.
Okay, I guess So opening day is Saturday the 6th of May from 10 to 8 p.m. Then Wild Frontier Nights get started every day of the week. May 25th through June 18th from noon to 8. Coaster Mania
You mean Frontier Festival, not Wild Frontier Nights.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. They have not announced Wild Frontier Nights yet.
Yeah, I was just say that's the all-exclusive.
We're praying that comes back.
Yeah, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. I was just daydreaming.
Right.
Things get weird during the day. We don't know.
But they haven't. Real quick. They haven't announced what the Frontier Festival, what the food option. Like I know last year and I think the year before was cherry. So I wonder what they're gonna do. So.
Yeah, when you click learn more, there's still just like there's food and there's drinks and it's fun.
And lots of info coming later at a later date. So. But that's okay. At least you can save it on their calendar, kind of like pencil it in and stuff. So,
yes. And then we got Coaster Mania, June 2nd, which is a Friday, of course, all day.
What's Coaster Mania, if someone doesn't know what it is?
Well, it is the all-day ERT extravaganza with free food and a cruise around the peninsula.
Right. I mean, you have to pay to get into the event.
Yes,
and
it's paid, and you have to be a Coaster Club member, I think, right?
It's Cedar Point's own internal coaster enthusiast event. It's normally an entire day filled with ERT, Q&A sessions. Sometimes they do a cruise around the peninsula. There's always a meal. It's always a really fun time. It's like I
think when we talked about it early on in the podcast, we were saying how the cruise is worth the price of admission alone.
Yeah, it's a very long day. It's like 18 hours when you get down to it, but it's awesome.
For sure. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff.
Then they got their 4th of July fireworks, which is a Tuesday this year. Then September 14th, Thursday, September 14th, Hollow Weekends get started. And it's going to be the same schedule as last year where they're open from 6 to midnight on Thursdays, 11 to midnight on Fridays and Saturdays, and 11 to 8 on Sundays. And closing day is October 29th. So, awesome. Boom.
Sad. For them, when you always pull up the closing day.
We're still like 100 days away from opening day, and we're like, closing day.
It's funny we talk about that. It's because like Kings Island, just closed, literally just closed like this, on New Year's Eve, the
7 days
the 31st.
So, Saturday night.
And then they came out. They're like, oh hey, they came out with their thing. They're like, and I was like, oh, it's like 102 days. And they're like, oh, we open up in 100 days, like a few days ago. And I'm like, oh my gosh, already 100. I'm like, we haven't even hit 100 yet. I mean,
And then Carowinds and King's Dominion are like, hey guys, here's our operating hours this weekend.
right. And then
Sure.
Kyle's like, oh, there's no closing days over here in
What
Florida.
what are off seasons? I'm confused.
Yeah, the
There
only
are
time you
days
guys get an
can't
off season
go to
is
parks.
the only time you get an off season is when you get a hurricane or
Yeah.
the Rona. So yeah,
Yeah, pretty much just hurricane days down here.
yeah, for sure. But
right.
I guess we'll just segue right into that. So I kind of like set that up a little bit to myself. I was going to say, we're talking a little bit about Kings Island a little bit. I'm just going to jump ahead of our schedule just a little. But if anybody's got some time, obviously right now with the parks being closed and everything, go check out Kings Island's website. Go check out their webcams, because if you go on the webcams, 2 of them, which are on the Eiffel Tower, are brand new. At least they look brand new to us, and a few other people I asked, they look brand new. It looks like there's more of a wider angle, like a zoomed out angle, and they're very crispy. They're like almost like Cedar Point's webcams, and but yeah, so go check them out. You can go see all the rides, and the lights are still on for Kings Island at night and stuff and everything. Same with Cedar Point. Cedar Point's got a little bit of lights on there too, but yeah, so
Yeah, it's really pretty. That's all I have to say. Anyways,
crispy. It's very crispy.
Yeah. Getting the webcams into the 21st century finally.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know Holiday World has like a webcam that like you can actually control,
Interact
which is
with.
yeah. So like I would
I
always
remember
go on there, and I would
remember
always
when
switch it to
Thunderbird
like
was
something.
opening.
Because I remember when one of their I think Thunderbird, right?
Yeah.
Was under construction. People were like watching it like a hawk, and I would go on there and I'd watch it, and then I'd be one of those guys that would like switch it to like the water park in the middle of the
you
winter.
jerk. Because I would sit there when I knew Thunderbird was getting ready to like start testing. I would sit there and like, aim the camera at it, and then every once in a while somebody would be like, I want to look at the top of Ravens Lift Hill. Like,
that was
no!
probably me.
It
Was
you.
It was probably me, because I'm like, oh well, come on, we've been looking at this for like hours. Like, let's switch it up and change it. And then you have the control for
That
like
was me
2
looking
minutes,
at it
and
for hours. Yeah.
although everybody probably would just be like, top the dragster. I want to see, zoom in, So, but anyway,
There's a new survey marker.
yeah, for sure, good stuff. But anyway. Kyle, you want to talk about Winter Chill Out?
Yeah, do we have an update for Winter Chill Out?
Not really. I think it's just a reminder
Okay.
that lottery's coming.
Yeah, so if you don't know what Winter Chill Out is, or you missed our last episode, it is the annual off-season behind-the-scenes tour. The benefits go to A Kid Again, and it's traditionally a one-day event, but this year it is going to be a 2-day event, and it is a unguided behind-the-scenes tour. So you get to go and look at the maintenance garages and the planning and design and prop shop and all these really cool places that you never get to see while the park is actually open. And then if you get lucky, there might be snow on the ground. And there's always a meal in the middle of the day, a Q&A session, and stuff like that. So it's a really cool event. Most of the... I know last we talked, we didn't know if all of the proceeds would go to charity, but in years past, all of the proceeds for that day have gone to A Kid Again. You can get your tickets at cedarpoint.com. They do sell out very fast, which is why they're enacting this new change, which is the lottery system. So now that the event is a 2-day event, they are doing a lottery system where you go in and just kind of fill out a form that says, yes, I'm interested in going to the event. And then if you get picked, you get to pick either day to go to the event, what are the dates this year?
They are...
You said what are the dates?
Yes.
Saturday, the February 25th, and Sunday, February 26th.
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, either of those 2 days you get to pick to go. And like I said, it is an amazing tour. It's an awesome day. It's always really cold, but all of the money goes to helping out a super cool cause, which if people don't know much about A Kid Again, it is an organization for families of critically ill children. And what they do is they don't just let the critically ill child go out and have fun, but they understand that, hey, you know, that child probably has brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, mom, dad that are always dealing with, you know, this kind of stuff, either doctor's appointments, hospitals, stuff like that. So what they do is they give money for the entire family to go out and have these experiences. Every year there's a big kid again day at Cedar Point where they all come out and just ride rides and have a fun day.
Doesn't Kings Island do that too?
Yeah, Kings Island does it too, but it's just a really fun day to relax and de-stress and not have to worry about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's an awesome cause. So even if you don't go or get picked or whatever, consider making a charitable donation to a kid again, because the work they do is just unreal.
Yeah, but, it's definitely a good cause.
Yeah, that's all I'll say about that. So last we talked, we did the Cedar Fair Grinch, and I know we had a plan to do another one before the end of the year that we didn't, but a little after Christmas Cedar Fair Santa is what we're going to play today. So we are going to run through every single park and talk about not what we think they're going to get, but what we want them to get. This isn't like oh, well, I saw this survey marker here, so we're going to put this here. This is like all right, if I was sitting in the CEO chair and I had $1 million, you know, unlimited amount of funds to spend, here's the check I'd write for this ride.
Yeah. Within reason.
Within reason. I mean, you can't add like
We're not putting Fury at Dorney Park.
Yeah. But
why not?
Well, all right.
You know what? If that's what you want to see, awesome. Because this is just supposed to be a fun, lighthearted. If I was in charge, here's what they'd get.
Yeah. No, I love it. Evan, you want to kick us off?
Yeah. So we're starting with Cedar Point, right?
We're starting with Cedar Point.
Yeah. Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster where Corkscrew was. That's what I've been saying probably for as long as we've been talking about like the future of Cedar Point on this podcast. So all 22 episodes. So I mean, that's my vote.
You took mine, so now I've got to come up with one. Kyle, do you have one?
Yep, I got this one locked and loaded. I would really like to see back on the old Shoot the Rapids / Snake River Falls, Professor Delbert's Frontier Fling, a really good solid GCI or Gravity Group or something.
I agree.
Because if you look at Cedar Point's coaster lineup now, even more so with Wild Mouse, they check a lot of the boxes, but they don't really have that big awesome wooden coaster.
Agreed.
I can see that. Well, you took it as well. So I'm gonna do a twofer.
Okay.
And one is I would love to have an observation tower or like something like Space Spiral that they had back in the day. That you can like see and take pictures and do whatever kind of thing. And then the other one is going to probably be like a flying coaster, like one of the B&M flying coasters. I think it'd be really cool to like get really close to like, because I mean, you've got, you know, water and stuff and everything around the peninsula and stuff. So why not, you know, go crazy and maybe have some of it go off Lake Erie, for instance, and maybe they get like a permit or something and they can have it go, you know, skim around the water kind of close and stuff and everything and be kind of scary.
Yeah, if they did it right, a flying coaster would be really cool. But
I know the capacity's kind of meh.
Yeah.
But like, you know, you gotta. I mean, I don't know. I think that's what one of the coasters besides the ones that you guys mentioned. I think that's what they're missing. You know.
Yeah.
So.
I wouldn't
be upset by it.
Time to get moving on. Canada's Wonderland is up next. Anybody
you said which was next?
Canada's Wonderland.
To kick it off? Canada's Wonderland.
Hmm.
Carsten, you go first since you kind of got the short end of the stick.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I honestly, Canada's Wonderland, I can see. I want them to go crazy. I want Cedar Point first of all to like have top load drags to be whatever it's going to be, but then I want that to be so successful that to where Canada's Wonderland is up for a new coaster and they're like, okay, well let's do what we kind of did with Top Load Dragster, but make it like that. So it'll be like the first like 400-foot coaster that has like a traditional lift hill, and it's kind of like, you know, Orion or something. So.
All right.
All right.
Evan, you're up.
Sure. I mean, this is a cop-out answer for Canada's Wonderland, but some crazy flat ride. Don't know what. I don't know what else they could possibly come up with, but that's what they're adding this year, so why not continue the trend?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would love to see either a SNS 4D free fly, because I think that fit really well at Canada's Wonderland, and it's a pretty compact ride, or a single rail.
Ooh. Okay.
Like a Railblazer or bigger? Or...
No, probably like the Railblazer clones. Those are really solid rides.
You wouldn't put the Raptor in? Raptor single rail?
Isn't that what the Railblazer?
That's the 2-seater one.
But isn't
Like,
the
more
the
like
Raptor?
a
The Raptor's
standard
like the
coaster
Wonder
train.
Woman and
Or
Jersey.
no,
Devil.
Raptors. Yeah, T-Rex is what you're thinking of.
Or I'm sorry. Yes, T-Rex. Sorry. Hello.
Yeah, I mean, I have heard that those rides aren't as good.
Okay.
Like I haven't. I know you haven't. Have you been on one of the smaller ones? Because I know you've been on like Jersey Devil.
I've been on Jersey Devil, and I think that's it.
Yeah, I've been on Jersey Devil and the.
See,
But what Carson's talking about is the T-Rex model, which is like the bigger.
It's
like
I think it's like 300 foot.
Okay, yeah, no, screw it. Canada's Wonderland's going to get one of those.
Okay.
There we go.
All
There
right.
we go. They'll be the first park in the country or in the world to have one or something, right?
All right, yeah, that's
I
what we're
think,
going to
Yeah. Yeah. Those
Nice.
haven't been built yet.
Okay.
All right,
Evan.
Knott's Berry Farm.
You go first.
All right. I'm voting Zamperla Flat Package
Ooh.
because
Like-
I feel like Cedar Fair is all over that right now, and
Like
I don't know.
like
I just
adult
think-
flat package, or are you
yeah,
talking
like
like
what Carowinds is doing or something.
Okay. That'd be cool. I like that.
I don't know much about Knott's, but I can't think of a lot of like flat rides that they
I'll
have
say-
outside of like the standard like scramblers and stuff.
I say
So-
Kyle's been to Knott's, so he should,
Yeah, Knott's does not have a whole lot of holes in their coaster lineup, but their flat lineup is kind of lacking. I've been twice, and like their themed rides are really cool, like the log ride and the Calico Mine ride. Their coasters are awesome, but they're definitely missing some good flat rides.
So you're going flats as well? I've got one if you don't
All
have
right,
one.
yeah, I need a minute.
Okay, so I'm thinking, I'm sorry, a Millennium Force like Giga coaster. Like they need like a big coaster over there to sway all those Six Flags Magic Mountain peeps and all the whole 9 yards and everything. Like, and that would be I think that'd be a huge draw for Knott's. So that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. They were rumored to get one for a while this summer, and then that.
I know, I
just
saw
kinda
that.
never
I was
happened.
like, ooh, I'm like, maybe it'll get built before I get to go there, and obviously
Yeah,
not.
that just
So
kind of never happened.
yeah. Kyle, did you come back with one?
I'd love to see a flying coaster there because I'm sitting down and thinking of holes in their lineup. They have an invert. They have an awesome wooden coaster. They have a launch. They have the Gerstlauer. Like, they're not missing much, but a flying coaster would be really cool. And it could probably compete with the one down the road at Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Okay.
I've always heard Tatsu's such a good ride, though.
Yeah, but it's like, what, 15 years old at this point? I mean, if you built one ground up, it's probably going to be better.
It's pushing 20, actually. I think that's 2006, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just figured the flat rides because that park doesn't have.
Yeah,
a
you're
lot of
right.
room.
That is one of the glaring missing pieces.
And
is
yeah, they
good
don't have a
flat
lot of
rides.
room. They don't have a lot of flat rides. It's just I don't know.
Yeah, that was definitely a good pick.
For sure. All right. So next up, we have California's Great America.
If they weren't closing.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
'Cause
new
I don't think
a new
anything
land
new.
contract back to Cedar
Well, I
Fair.
mean, they're still adding stuff. They added, we talked about that in like,
Scrambler.
Yeah.
But assuming
And they
weren't
also added
closing,
all year round, which is cool, I guess.
Yeah, it's sad. Anyways,
Do we put anything here, or does just everything just go away?
well, I think I'm still going. Just assuming they weren't closing, and just if they were going to continue as an amusement park, I would love to see a Mack launch coaster like Copperhead Strike. Like that would fit perfectly at that
Ooh.
park. And I know that was rumored for a while too.
that would fit really good there.
Never been. I will this summer, but yeah, I don't know. I see if they were to add anything, I'm still on the whole they're closing thing. So maybe some carnival rides kind of thing that are easy to transport kind of thing.
But
So,
if they weren't closing, what do you think?
yeah, I don't know.
Fair enough.
Okay, they have a really terrible wooden coaster. I don't remember the name of it, but it's Grizzly. All right, Grizzly. It's huge, but it doesn't do anything. So we're gonna RMC it.
I love it.
Oh, okay.
They also need some.
That'd be so fun.
They also need some height there. Like they don't have a whole lot of rides that are tall.
Yeah.
So they could do like in like Iron Quasi-esque lift hill on that thing.
Yeah. Extend the height by a good 50, 60 feet.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Okay.
That's probably going to the trash dump, but that'll be cool.
Well,
I think we also said Grizzly was the first ride to be removed from that park.
Yeah,
so.
Grizzly, like it kind of deserves it. I love wooden coasters. Like, almost like I like them more than the steel coasters. I don't have a problem saying that, but that one's not good.
I was just say maybe they'll sell tickets to like a giant bonfire when that'll be like the last thing that the park has, and they'll be like, all right, well, tickets are going to charity, and tickets are $150 a piece, and you can
He'll
watch.
be like Burning Man, but for Grizzly.
Yeah.
Let's go stomp on the ashes.
Yeah. Right. Kyle's like, no. Put the ashes over his underneath his cheek, like war paint.
Yep. I love it.
All right. Michigan's Adventure. They're up next.
I have
Kyle,
nothing.
I don't think you've gone first on anything. So why don't you go first?
Michigan's Adventure. We are going to put a nice family ride in there. Kind of like Pony Express at Knott's, like a little family launch ride. Yeah.
Family launch coaster?
That'd do really well there because they don't, for pretty obviously they don't draw like the huge thrill seekers because everyone goes to Cedar Point, but they are still a Cedar Fair park that gets attendance on the Platinum Pass, even though they're mostly a water park. I think a nice family ride would do really well there.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree with that. It's not quite where I was going. I was going to just do another Zamperla flat ride package, but
you're copping out on all of these.
You're supposed to be dreaming big, Evan.
Honestly, going into this, I thought that's not what we were doing.
I mean, kind of realistically, but
But I don't know. A Zamperla flat package would do really well there.
I mean, yeah, that park would be good. I've got a list. I'll just name my list. First,
okay.
I'm going big. So first, I would expand the water park like tenfold because the water park over there is freaking awesome. It's a moneymaker, and I'd put all kinds of different slides. I put like a coaster, one of the coaster slides or whatever you want to call it. I don't know, a hydro blast, whatever. And then also I would do a brand like over on the dry side or whatever. I would add a brand new coaster. Obviously, I'd do at least a coaster that's at least 250 feet, 270 feet, maybe something like that.
It's go crazy.
Well, I mean, why not, right? Why not throw a bunch of money? Like if it's a moneymaker, I mean, yeah, it's a moneymaker even if it doesn't have all that stuff. But maybe it'll make even more money if it's got all that cool stuff. So why not?
Well, and they're showing some promise money-wise anyways, just because they're expanding their season into the fall finally. So maybe they are happy with how the amusement park side is doing on its own without the water park.
It's very true.
So there's hope. True. There's hope for a new coaster, Michigan's Adventure.
Yeah, I remember Cedar Point. We were at Cedar Point or whatever, and we're like, "Oh wow, the Michigan's Adventure tags!" And I guess we won't be seeing those anymore. when they were getting staff from up there to come down to Cedar Point when they were low staff.
Remember at the end of 2020 when Cedar Point was one of the only parks still open? We were seeing Dorney tags and Worlds of Fun and.
Yeah, it was cool. We made some friends. We made some Carowinds and stuff and everything. That was cool. Yeah, they were a lot of the Carowinds employees loved running Steel Vengeance, which is cool. Mm-hmm. I see them over there, and I'm like, hey, So
I vaguely recognize you somehow, but
right, it was that one year, that 2020. Oh yeah, that year. Anyway,
World next Fun.
Ooh. Evan, you go first.
Okay. I have a family launch or even like a kiddie launch coaster like what Canada's Wonderland is putting in this year. Right? Yeah, this year.
Okay.
I don't even know what that thing's supposed to be called, but I don't even know who it's made by.
The coaster?
But it's a little like, yeah, the new coaster going to Wonderland. It's like Snoopy's.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm looking it up.
Okay, yeah, I'll go next. I was gonna say I feel like a big like Zamperla.
Snoopy's Racing Railway.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm gonna say a Zamperla like flat package for Worlds of Fun, since why not?
Hey, thank you. Welcome to the club.
Man, finally, I got on that train. Finally. It's all Cedar Fair announces 2023 plans. Everybody's getting a Zamperla. You get a Zamperla, and you get a kitty Zamperla.
Did you get Zamperla Top Thrill Dragster?
Right. Oh my gosh, that'd be great.
Zamperla.
A little side note, that'd be great if we can possibly like message them or something and have them on, since Cedar Fair is doing so much work with them. It'd be kind of cool to get like some insight. So maybe in a future episode.
Yeah, if any of you have connections to Zamperla.
You gotta just email them and shoot your shot, Evan. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do in life. Take notes.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, right? There you go. Wow. Anyway,
Kyle.
Who's next? Kyle.
All right. We're going big for mine.
Ooh.
We're gonna pull Arrow out of retirement, and we're gonna build them an Arrow Looper, because they used to have the Orient Express, and it was like one of their opening day attractions. That's what they're gonna get next.
I mean, technically, you could just get S&S, right?
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna put a Steel Curtain-esque ride in Worlds of Fun, like a nice looper.
I like that. Oh, you could have S&S and Vekoma work together.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. You guys know I'm a huge fan of the new Vekoma ride, so.
Oh yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. Like I got to ride that one over in New York, right next to the Wonder Wheel. That one was so smooth. It was fun too, but it was
the little
crazy.
Inverted coaster.
Yeah, I had to pay like $15 to ride it, but it was fun. That was with a discount, by the way. That was with a Coaster Club discount.
And then another $10
it was like,
to ride it.
It was. Yeah, it felt like that. It felt like anybody knows who Rocco's the show Rocco's Modern Life. They actually go to like an amusement park, or I think there's also an episode where they go on a ski trip and everything is $5. So literally, you like park your car, it's $5. Okay, ski rental, $5. Okay, and then and so on and so forth. So it's like, you want an ice cream cone, $5. You want to ride the lift, $5. You got to go up the lift, $5. You want to go down the lift, that's $5. So yeah,
you want to breathe.
Yeah. But it was, anybody want to check that out, you'll understand what I'm saying. But anyway, next up is Dorney Park.
I'll go first since neither of you are speaking up. I think a GCI Titan Track steel coaster like what Worlds of Fun is getting, like Zambezi Zinger.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay. Kyle?
Over in the Stinger area.
Mine isn't so much something new, but we're going to improve something they already have.
Okay.
We're going to give the Timber Mountain log ride treatment to their log flume.
Ooh.
Where we're going to have Garner Holt come in and build a bunch of animatronics and like put a story to it.
Ooh.
And that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
I like that.
I like that. Man, I don't know. I've thought about this for a little bit, and
well, you're the one that said Demon Drop was getting torn out. So
I know.
Honestly, I don't give any stock to what you're going to say to Dorney.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think out like
a drop tower to replace Demon Drop.
Well, they have Power Tower, right?
Oh, true.
Or whatever they call it over there. Because I was like, oh, they could do
Dominator?
like maybe something like that. I can't remember. I'm not. Yeah.
I think it's Dominator.
I've got nothing. Sorry.
So you're just ripping out Demon Drop and leaving a hole.
Yeah. There's not like to be fair, Demon Drop doesn't take up a whole lot of space.
Why don't you're gonna rip out Demon Drop, and then we're gonna resurrect Space Spiral, and we're gonna put that where Demon Drop is.
No, we're gonna rip out Demon Drop, and we're gonna put some awesome brand new park picnic benches.
Maybe a nice flower bed.
There we go.
That's pretty much what
No,
they've been doing the last
I don't
years.
want Demon Drop to go away. I said I didn't want to say it from the last episode. Dang it.
Well, I took offense.
All right, fine. If I have to pick something, they decide not to close Demon Drop and they redo it to where it's actually like a longer kind of thing, but it's like new track and it's smooth, but it's still got that Demon Drop feel to it. So there you go. Anyway,
There we go. You've redeemed yourself.
Valley Fair. Kyle, go.
Yeah, Kyle.
This is the one Cedar Fair park I've never been to, so we're gonna put in Maverick, like an Intamin like Blitz coaster. That's what we're gonna put.
Okay. I'm kind of in the same boat, but I was more just a family launch coaster,
Okay.
like Pony Express, maybe.
Yeah, that works.
I've never been to that park either, but I'm kind of thinking, like I don't know. I don't think they have a wild. Do they have a wild mouse there? I don't think.
Yeah.
They do. I mean, all right, an updated Zamperla wild mouse. How's that?
Zamperla train.
Right, Zamperla. It's all about that. It's all about them. I mean, honestly, though, they do make like some really. I think they may. Well, it also helps that they're like, what was it, last year or something, that every single like week or month or whatever they were announcing something brand new that was like that they never had before. I remember them talking about it on Coaster Radio.
Who was this? I'm sorry, Zamperla.
Yeah, it was Zamperla. They were talking about like new rides that was coming out, and every month or something or whatever they would announce something, unless I completely made that up in my head, which is possibly true.
No, you didn't. I remember that.
Okay. So like, why?
I don't remember that, but I'll take your guys' word for it.
All right, fair. Evan, did you go? You went?
Yeah.
Everybody went. Okay, so we need to do King's Dominion.
Surf coaster.
Ooh.
Surf coaster where Volcano was.
Ooh. Like,
At first I was like, another launch coaster, but I mean, the Volcano was a launch coaster, so why not?
ooh, okay.
Like Pipeline at SeaWorld.
Yeah.
I think those are going to be a huge hit, and a lot of people are going to jump on that train.
I could see something like that. Kyle?
We're gonna build them a new age invert, like a B&M invert, like Banshee.
That was my second thought.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with getting another Giga, because King's Dominion, I believe, is it's got competition obviously from like Busch Gardens over there. So why not go big, and why not build another Giga?
I feel like that's possible because Intimidator 305 is just, it's such a unique ride that if you put in a Fury-like coaster, it's different enough anyways.
Yeah.
Maybe not stats-wise, but it's going to be a much different ride. So
Yeah, I mean, like, why not build? I'm sorry, why not build like one of those Giga coasters and have a freaking loop in it? Like, how cool would that be? Like, maybe you can't do it with the G-forces or something. Maybe it's too fast, but maybe towards the end of the ride, maybe, I don't know, maybe you won't have enough speed. But I'm kind of just talking myself out of it. But yeah, I'm saying Giga. So,
I mean, Energylandia threw an inversion in Hyperion, and that's 250 feet. So
yeah, I mean, I don't think it would be like, you just have to make sure the loop is, obviously big enough.
large, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's an
I don't know.
instant coaster though. So yeah,
And then next up is Carowinds.
Carson, you go first. I don't think you've gone first in a while.
Oh man. Okay, so and mine's not like crazy or anything. I think that they rip out, and I know what one of you guys are probably going to say with one of them, but this is not probably going to be on your guys' wheelhouse. I'm going to say that they take out that small little drop tower and they put in like a 450 drop tower kind of thing, which would be really nice.
I like that. Not one I thought about at all, actually.
Yeah, that would fit pretty good.
I'm thinking a GCI to replace what was the Thunder Canyon Rapids ride that's just been kind of sitting empty for like 4 years now. Because they need a good wooden coaster because Hurler sucks.
So
I also think Hurler's on its way out, so
you're saying get rid of Hurler completely in a brand new coaster, or would you RNC
No, I mean keep Hurler and put a GCI where the Thunder Canyon was.
Okay.
Right there in front of the park.
I'm also in agreement of a wood coaster, but I think you need a like Kentucky Flyer-esque family wood coaster.
That'd be good too. That'd be really good.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Good stuff. All right, well, last on our list, Kings Island. Kings Island, the park down south here in Ohio.
Anybody want
Who wants to go?
I'll go first.
Yeah, you go.
So I like Adventureport a lot, but I feel like it needs another ride. So I'm going to throw another flat ride in Adventureport somehow. Probably another Zamperla, because why not?
Okay.
Wow. All right.
Carsten, you're up.
Well, I'm probably maybe going to steal Kyle's. I don't know. I'm going to say once and for all, they're going to get a Giga. It's going to be like a really high Giga.
Like a true...
Like a true, like, I mean...
No
like,
room for discussion. It is a Giga.
Yeah, shut all the coaster boys up.
So,
but no, I want to say right now, Orion is a Giga coaster.
It is.
But I'm saying they're getting a Giga just because
you're more like an I-305 type, maybe.
Yeah. It would have, different elements, different things. It could possibly go through the woods too. Maybe keep the trees in and keep it like, because I know like a lot of like wooden coasters are really really close to like in the wood, like the Beast and things like that.
They don't really do that with steel coasters.
But there's steel coasters, yeah. So it'd be really cool to like have a steel coaster go fly through the woods and get close to stuff and whatever. So yeah. Kyle?
Okay. Yeah, Kings Island is tricky because they have one of the best coaster lineups in the country. It is one of the most well-rounded parks. You have awesome entertainment, a really good kids area, awesome coasters. There's one thing they're missing that I'm gonna change and then add.
Okay.
We are closing Boo Blasters. Not to do Phantom Theater because they tried it and it worked and everything, but we're gonna build a like 2022 Sally Dark Ride in there.
Ooh. Okay.
I like that.
That's my
really
gift
like
to Kings Island.
You could take that one step further, Kyle, and it could be like the world's largest like dark ride or something. It could be like 2 or 3 stories. How cool would that be?
It could be.
That'd be sweet.
But that's what they need
because they're instead of the crappy little targets and stuff.
No, it's not going to be a shooting ride because like they have the roller coasters for the thrill seekers. They have the kids rides for kids. They have good entertainment, but they need at least one ride that the entire family could go on if you're 7 or 70, and that's what Boo Blasters is. But it doesn't do a great job of that.
Yeah.
Why don't you just go in there and not pick up the gun and just sit and watch everything then?
Because there's no story to it.
No, maybe you're not paying attention because you're trying to shoot everything.
No, I do pay because my gun half the time my gun doesn't work.
No,
That's
there's no story. At least I've never seen it. Like I've never came up with a story, But I like that. That's cool. That's a good one. Good way to finish that out.
All right, so
that'd be fun.
Merry Christmas, Cedar Fair. Those are all of your new gifts this year. Don't get greedy.
And this is exactly what's going to happen at each park for sure.
Yeah. Big disclaimer. No, we have no idea.
So that was kind of our
no, we know.
That was kind of our main segment this week. And the only other thing we have to talk about is Carsten was recently down in Orlando, but I was so busy I didn't have time to actually meet up with him. So I don't know what he did. So we're going to find out together.
Yeah, I mean, we celebrated a birthday down there, and also we were down there for New Year's, and we were able to go to the parks. Obviously, the parks really, which was kind of weird. Like we went to all the Universal parks, but we stayed at Aventura, which was really nice. If anybody,
did you stay there your whole trip? Or was there
Yes.
one night you were in a different hotel?
Maybe one night for New Year's, since it was like $1,000 for one night for any hotel
God.
around in that area. So yeah, but yeah, so it's really cool because like Aventura has like a little iPad like in the rooms and stuff. So everything is like controlled on the iPad. Obviously they've got physical controls too if you want to do it like old school and stuff, but like you can control your thermostat, you can control your TV, you can control the blinds, you can control everything, like just you can control the lights, which is really cool. You're like, okay, all the lights on, and boop, they all go on, and then when you turn them off, you just turn them off. Really cool. So we got to do that. We also got to, like I said, we got to do the parks. The parks weren't like super busy like our first few days that we were there. We were able to get on pretty much everything within like, I don't know, like 30 or 20-minute lines and stuff, which is kind of weird because we've done this in the past and like it's been like actually longer than that. But then the last day that we were gonna leave, like there was the crowds. There was like, whoa, holy crap, 75 to 125 to 190 to 240 minute long lines. Like it's crazy. And then I was like, all right.
busy.
So we were able to also go to Universal, their water park down there, which is called Volcano Bay. We were able to do that 2 days, and that was dead both the days that we went. But to be fair, a lot of the Florida like residents and people that are visiting like the theme parks and stuff, like if it's around like 65 70 degrees, and Kyle, you probably can attest to it, people think it's kind of cold. When we from like up north, we're like, woo, this is a heat wave, it feels great. And then what's nice though too is their water's actually like heated and everything, so you don't have to worry about like it being super cold. The only thing obviously when you get out of the water, it might be a little breezy or something, but it's not terrible, it's not horrible.
But
it was
to go to a really cool water park with nobody there. So
yeah, it was really nice. It was definitely, they've got like one of the larger slides over, and you get to slide down a drop slide on the side of the volcano. That's like a man-made volcano. They've got a ton of slides inside there. You can walk inside the volcano, you can swim next to the volcano, you've got a wave pool,
water coaster.
There's a water coaster.
It's a really good water coaster.
We haven't rode that one in probably a few years because the line's like always 195 minutes or longer. And it's crazy. It's ridiculous. It's like, and it also have like virtual queuing too. So like if the line's like super long, you get like what's called a tapu, and it goes like on your wrist, and then you scan in, and then you wait like the 50 minutes or 100 whatever minutes.
Just go and hang out in a pool.
And you just go and hang out and stuff. And then once that wait is over, it'll be like, okay, time to return. Then you return, and then you still got to wait in just a little bit of a line. It's not like crazy.
It's normally like 10 minutes or less.
Yeah. So, but I do have to say their coaster, like I don't know if they refurbed it recently or something, but we were getting some really good airtime, and we were cooking along. It uses the linear induction motors, right?
Yep.
Linear induction.
Linear. Yeah. Sorry, I'm tongue tied.
We're recording during the day, man. It's a little weird.
Yeah. Right. I'm used to the nighttime, but yeah. So
you're usually napping right now.
That's true. So they go. So they've got the magnets on the bottom of the boats. You don't see them or anything, but anyway, so you don't have water that pushes you and pushes your back and goes up or anything. It's actually done by magnets, which is really cool. So we were able to do that, and then also we were able to do all the water rides and everything in Islands of Adventure. We did Popeyes, and we did
how is Popeyes? It just
Dudley
reopened.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not Popeyes. How's Dudley Do Rights? It just reopened.
Yeah, I was gonna say that they reopen.
So you go in the station and it smells straight up like paint. They painted a lot. Oh my gosh! Like you're riding the rides and you're like, oh wow, look at all that fresh paint. So it looks really good. Everything was touched with like a bunch of paint and stuff and everything, which definitely looked like it needed it. But it was fun. It was the same as usual. Got soaked as usual, and I think that's like one of the most underrated, and people don't even know that it's like a flume, because I don't know if it's because like it's just like so much theming with it or something. I don't know.
I've heard about that ride my entire life because it always wins the golden ticket, best water ride, whatever.
When you're down there, you need to make sure that you ride that. And also Popeyes.
Yeah, I will.
is like Popeyes is like Thunder Canyon, but like it's crazy themed to like Popeye, obviously. But like the canyons, oh my gosh, dude! Like you're going and you're whipping around and you're going through these waves and you're just flying around and getting splashed, and the water, just to let you know, is ice cold. So.
Oh, that makes me not want to ride it.
But you need to ride it. You need to get that.
I want to ride Jurassic Park River Adventure.
Yeah, we rode that.
Ride's always
oh
stood
my
out
gosh,
to me.
we rode that on New Year's, and we were like, we don't get soaked, and there was barely anybody there and stuff and everything. Like, all right, cool, whatever. So there were people in the front, and we got loaded in the middle. I'm like, okay, we're good, we're golden. You know, get a little spritz in the face, maybe a little spritz on the shirt, whatever. No, we got Kyle and I, another Kyle.
Other Kyle, yeah,
got drenched head to toe, and we were soaked for the rest of the night because it was not humid, and so we had to walk around in wet clothes. But it's fun, yeah, it was fun. But we made sure that we rode Jurassic Park during the day because me and Kyle, not that Kyle, but another Kyle, we made sure that and Sierra, we were also rode that again so that way we could see the giant hole from the hurricane left in it, and you could totally see it. It's right down as soon as you drop
like the big drop, it's right there.
Yeah, it's right down below the drop. If you look like it was funny because you could see our on-ride picture and Sierra's like looking straight up, like having a good time, and Kyle and I are literally looking to the right, looking for the hole. So
what is it? Did they just like tarp over it?
Yeah, so they tarped over it.
They still haven't fixed it.
It looks like they're starting to, Kyle, because they've got like 2x4s, the metal 2x4s that are starting to make a wall, and so I would assume by the time I get down there for the 500, I think it'll be
in tip-top shape for me. That's what really matters.
Should be.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I can't believe you've never been there. It's so much fun. I could just talk yeah, it's so much fun. Yeah. So,
yeah, I'm excited.
But yeah, so we had a good time, and sad we didn't get to see you down there, Kyle, but it was New Year's ish, and so you guys had a lot of plans, and you went to the beach without me, which I was pissed about, but
Well, I'll make it up when you come down for the 500 because I'm taking like the entire time you're here, I'm taking off work.
We're going to Cocoa Beach.
Yep.
We're going to Disney. We're going to, I don't know.
You're going to chauffeur me around.
Let's go.
It's going to be a busy week.
We need to take Evan to that awesome, cool antique shop that you can see all the crazy stuff.
Dude, we do not have time for that. Our schedule is like.
Well, to be
Evan's
fair,
like, as soon as the sun comes up, let's go to Disney. Let's go to this. Let's do that. And Maya's like, can we rest? You're like, no.
This is all hers.
To be fair, if you are going to Busch Gardens, it is like exactly halfway between my apartment and Busch Gardens, so it's a good like rest. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Are you going down to Busch Gardens too, Evan?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Busch Gardens is like one of the main reasons for the trip, honestly.
So Busch Gardens, obviously Universal and a little Disney, or
half day at Hollywood Studios before flying home.
Okay.
At least that's the plan for now.
All of Universal and Islands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're gonna do as much of it as we can.
You could totally do Busch Gardens in a day.
I'm not worried about Busch Gardens and their Flash Pass or Fast Pass or Quick Queue or whatever.
It's like $30.
It's affordable enough that if we need to do it, we could get like the one time on each ride pass or something for $50 and be fine. So
you should make sure you take Kyle because he loves to go to that giraffe.
I'll just drop him off at the giraffe bar.
What is it? The giraffe bar or whatever?
Yeah, I have my bar stool with my initials carved in it.
Well, you got to flash your little pass so you can go in your pass holder lounge and order drinks from on the top of the.
I have such. Busch Gardens Tampa is the park that I went to the first time and I hated it and I never wanted to go back, and now it's like I love going there. It's so much fun.
It's nice. It's like it's a. I'm sorry, Busch Gardens. It's like a glorified, amazing zoo.
Yeah,
that's
with rides.
With rides next
with
to
a lot of really good rides.
Animals. Yeah. And SeaWorld, like you're not even going to SeaWorld. That's a whole nother park.
Yeah. I mean, this is definitely like, let's just see how much crazy crap we could cram into a weekend and then probably go back some other time.
And make sure you blow out the candles somewhere.
This is the buffet, right?
That'll be on the plane ride down, actually.
Yeah.
This is the buffet. You're going to come down and you're going to try a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this. And then when you come back, you'll get to do it all.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a little taste, a little tease. You're like, ooh, Just a little like, hey.
Yeah, when I could actually afford to do everything instead.
Hey, you know what? We can still afford to do everything, but we just like to do it on the cheap because.
Yeah, but you have big boy jobs.
Yeah,
I have
true.
kind of a big boy job, but maybe in the summer it will transition to a big boy job and we'll be good.
Fair.
Well, does anybody have anything else to add to this week before I roll the outro music?
No. Go ahead, roll it.
All right, here we go.
Beautiful.
All right, well, thank you all for tuning in. I know this was kind of a weird episode where we didn't really have any news, but we kind of built an entire episode around it. So thank you for sticking around. We'll try to be back as soon as we can. And yeah, if you like this kind of off-topic stuff, let us know, and maybe once a month we can sit down and just talk about our lives and nothing about amusement parks.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely a bunch of fluff, like why not?
But
thanks for sticking with us.
Yep. Have a great night, everybody. Talk to you next week. Take it away, Justin.
Thank you for listening to the Rundown on Fun. Be sure to follow us on social media to stay up to date on all things Cedar Fair. As always, be kind to your ride operators, and we will see you on the Midway. Good night.